Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be looking at a scenario where the Ottoman Empire came back in 2023. So this is a rough map of it at its territorial height, controlling a majority of the Balkans, a lot of the area around the Black Sea, a lot of land in the Middle East, and in North Africa. So let's go and begin, like I begin all of them, annexing any weak countries next to them that would never be able to survive without the land. These countries are either just really weak IRL or have lost just a ton of land due to the Ottoman expansion. And after losing that land, they can no longer survive. So yeah, quite a few are included here. Over here, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Croatia as well. And they might survive, but I doubt they'd try it. And if not, then the Ottomans would just invade them. Tunisia is gone, so is Egypt and Libya. Algeria is still alive, but they are very much weakened. Pretty sure that's it. But still, Ottoman Empire got a good amount of expansion there. When it comes to size, they are actually quite the large country here. As I said, they control a lot of the Middle East and the Balkans, yes. Now with full control of Iraq, the rest of Turkey, and just everything else, well, they've cemented their place there as a global power. Obviously, in real life, this would never survive. It has far too many ethnicities in it that hate each other, and it would most likely last less than a couple days before some people started to get some rebellious ideas. Here, we're just going to assume that that won't happen because I need to make the Ottoman Empire strong again. And honestly, our goal here is just to surpass them in strength from any period in time where they've been. Of course, in history at some points they were even the most powerful country on earth. So I doubt we can make them the most powerful due to the US and China being extremely powerful. But we can definitely get them up there. Maybe turn them into the European superpower above Russia. Maybe just second place behind in front of France. But we can definitely get them up there. From there, they are going to continue the act of invading and destroying any smaller countries that may surround them. So they go ahead and annex all of Slovenia. Down here in the Middle East, they annex all of Georgia, and they annex Armenia. Azerbaijan willingly joins them. As for Africa, well, they don't annex any countries there because Algeria is holding. Somehow, Algeria is holding. Probably not for long, but they are holding. And they do make an alliance with some other African countries, which is going to let them live for now, but they're not going to live forever. Where are the Ottomans going to go from here? Well, as I said, they have already been taking huge amounts of land, but they really just need to grow their global recognition. A massive power like this would obviously never come up just overnight, so this would most likely happen over years, which would cement that place. We'd also have to assume that the economy and everything else is booming, which I'd give it a 50-50 chance. Some countries that it holds are not the greatest. Iraq, I'm looking at you. But yeah, they're doing alright for themselves. They're doing alright. From there, they're actually going to start invading. You remember that alliance I told you about? Yeah, they don't care. The Ottomans really just don't care. Little West-North African alliance isn't going to stop them, not even close to. So yeah, they're just going to capture the Algerian coastline in days. And then they have the Sahara to deal with. From there, they're going to say, what's a economically struggling but very powerful African country nearby that I can get a deal with? Oh, there is one? Great. And now Nigeria alone could probably defeat these countries without Algeria, and Algeria is already gone, so Nigeria is gonna invade. So I don't know what their economic situation is, but I know they're not the richest country by GDP per capita, but then again, they have a massive population, so you can't solely judge on that. From there, Nigeria begins to push around, but it's getting a bit difficult, so now they're gonna declare on Burkina Faso. So yeah, it's a good example of that is what the Germans did in World War II, or in World War I. France's defenses were too powerful in Alsace-Lorraine, so they just went around through Belgium. This is the same thing except that there are no defenses. It's just desert that they don't want to go through. Burkina Faso is mostly desert, but it's better than the Sahara. From there, well, they're gonna have to start pushing into the south, and once they meet up with the Mauritanian coastline, they're all dead. This still looks like about half the land, but as I said, this is all just desert, and they're gone. They're gone. Where are we gonna go from here? Well, actually, Nigeria is gonna get a good amount of land from this, but hey, the Ottomans are expanding as well. Of course, a lot of this land is in the Sahara Desert, so it's completely useless to them. But hey, they're trying to make themselves one of the largest countries on Earth to at least give them some title they can use. Currently, they don't have any title, not the largest, not the most powerful militarily, not the largest economy. And I get that being the largest country doesn't do everything for you, but you know what? It's nice to have. Most people recognize Russia as a power because of its size, nothing else. So if you ask me, it's better to have than not to have. From there, they set up a puppet regime over here in Western Africa with all that's left of these countries. Of course, this is mainly ruled by Mauritania and Mali, as everything else is pretty much just desert, although fragments of the other governments do flee to here, and I guess it's a decently powerful nation, although once again, a lot of it's desert, so I don't even know if it would survive. Probably could. It would find a way. Definitely more than the Ottomans, which already just shows how much we're bending this thing. Where are we going to go from here? Well, influence in Africa is booming thanks to this, but they did... I should not have decolored that border. There we go. As I said, their influence in Africa is booming due to these new land grabs, but they still have a few more places they want to go, those being south and west. So, of course, west, there's only one country, Morocco. No Morocco. Western Sahara is incorporated into the basically just puppet that the Ottomans have over here in Western Africa, and Morocco is annexed by the Ottomans. Once again, very good for them. From here, well, where can they go? They're going to go south. They're going to declare war on Chad, which, of course, we know that Chad would obviously own this, but yeah, they actually wouldn't not. And now they're at war. Of course, this is all just desert. So, I mean, they might send a few troops down here, but it's stupid to try and take. Absolutely just dumb. Although the Ottomans have a lot of, I guess, specially trained desert divisions that are very used to the conditions, so maybe they'd be able to do something there. They then begin to push down the Nile, which is not useless at all, and down the Sudanese coast, which is also quite important. After taking out the Nile, they just pushed along the border as South Sudan, well, they basically just say, screw Sudan, they were threatening me, as Sudan at this point had been threatening them, and decide to give military access to the Ottomans. Yeah, Sudan, your situation's only gotten worse, and now they are going to have to push a bit through the desert, but they have to take all the important parts of Chad, which is going to be terrible for them, as it is a high cost, especially in equipment. But, I mean, if they want to win the war, they gotta do it. They have to do it. From there, Sudan and Chad both surrender. And, yeah, another puppet's just going to be set up here, as they're going to take a bit of the northern land, but overall, especially Chad, isn't going to lose anything too important. Although Sudan might. Actually, Sudan is. They're going to lose all their coast. So, yeah, I think thanks to South Sudanese help, there's now only going to be one Sudan, and then there's Chad. With both of these new countries being puppeted, or in the case of South Sudan, just having a government that really, really likes them. Technically not a puppet government, as it wasn't put in place by the Ottomans, but it really likes them. Really, really likes them. Well, where are we going to go from here? We don't have many places to go. The West has already made a new alliance, which is pretty much just halting all of their expansion in Europe. Expansion in Africa has been pretty much just completely stopped by surrounding themselves with puppets. And, well, they're still There's still one place to go, and that is, what is this, southeast to Arabia. So they go ahead and say screw Arabia and just declare war on every single country here. At this point, they can do this. At this point, they're more than powerful enough to defeat them, as Saudi Arabia, the most powerful of them, has already lost a lot of coastal territory, which is going to be annoying to say the least. From there, the Ottomans begin an all-out assault into the country, although the main focuses are along the coast and on taking major cities. They capture Mecca pretty quickly and then push towards Riyadh. They push on both sides and eventually the city is captured. That they push down to the UAE and capture Dubai along with Abu Dhabi, down to Oman and capture Muscat, and Yemen does not stand a chance. What are we going to do from here? Well, the Ottomans are just going to take pretty much full control of the Middle East. Iran is still alive, but that is only thanks to an alliance with Russia, which the Ottomans are actually going to begin to threaten now. With their position only growing, their strength multiplying every war, they're most likely going to be able to rival Russia soon and destroy Iran. But for now, I think I'm going to leave it here. So why just overextend it? Of course, as I said, in the future, they would most likely become strong enough to rival Russia, which means that they could take Iran. If anything, they are already strong enough, but due to instabilities, which I'm attempting my best to glance over, but it would just be so unstable that you cannot look over how unstable it would be. You cannot look that over. Yep, here we go. As I said, they are surrounded pretty much on all sides by puppets in Africa and in the Middle East, so they are more than safe. They also currently have one of the world's strongest military, surpassing India, surpassing any European army, maybe even surpassing Russia or China, but not the United States, so sadly for them, this is where it's going to end. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all next time. Bye.